Hey guys, this is Naveen here. Welcome back to Naveen AutomationLabs. Today I have come up with an interesting thing over here. We are going to discuss about it. A lot of people are asking about how to prepare for the test automation interviews for the respective years of experience that you have. Let's see, for SDET 1, SDET 2, SDET 3, staff engineer, principal engineer, architect level. I'm talking about only for automation, not for testing overall, but only for automation. What are the different tools, technologies that you have to prepare? So according to my experience, according to my knowledge, whatever I have seen in the market, on the basis of these different categories, and if you see that in the column wise, I have written this is SDET 1, let's see, for 0 to 3 years. What are the expectations? SDET 2 for 3 to 7 years, SDET 3 for 7 to 10 years, and SDET, let's say, staff engineer having a very senior position like 10 to 13 years of experience. And if you are a principal SDET architect level or a principal SDET engineer, 14 or 15 plus years of experience, in that case, what are different things that you need to follow that in my. I was principal SDET in my previous company. Before that, I was a staff SDET, and then my journey was like that only. So I know what are different things that people are and companies are expecting in the market, especially with the product companies. So the first thing is, guys, you cannot escape from the DSLGO. DSLGO is very, very important. So if you are looking for a career as a SDET, you have to go with the DSLGO, data structure and algorithms. And for SDET 1, basic level, easy level, you can prepare some basic array questions or basic search algorithms, and then some basic data structure, stack queue, basic things you can prepare accordingly, because you are just recently college pass out. And if you're coming from computer science background, people might expect some basic stuff from you guys. When you are SDET 2 level, like 3 to 7 years, medium level complexity, people might expect, okay, yeah, optimize this particular code. What is the time complexity, on square, algorithm of n, and binary search, and I would say the search algorithms. Okay, such things you have to do that. And then again, 7 to 10 years, it depends where exactly you are going. But data structure will be a little complex as compared to SDET 2 over here. In SDET 3, people will expect some big, really good questions from the lead code or maybe hacker rank. You have to prepare accordingly. But when you are applying for a staff SDET, and if you are really going for really good startup or maybe some really good product companies, the complexity will be more hard. And then design-based question for the principal architect, and then people are expecting that, okay, yeah, at least you should be able to solve some basic, some complex problems over there. So DSLGO, guys, you have to prepare. You don't have any choice if you really want to get into some really good companies. That's a different argument. There's a different discussion. We can do that later. That why people are asking for QA people and all those things. It is there, and you have to prepare for that. We really don't have any choice. Then the programming and object-oriented, let's see, I'm just giving that object-oriented programming. So guys, whatever you're talking about in terms of Java or maybe object-oriented in C# and Java, Python, what is polymorphism, method overloading, overriding, all those things, please do not compare those things with your data structure algorithm round. People might take a different round or different questions on programming and object-oriented programming concepts. People will expect same level over here. Some really good use cases when you are SDET 3 level, some real-time test cases, object-oriented design patterns, such thing people will expect from you. And then when you are at the SDET level, that different design patterns, object-oriented programming in real-time use cases in real-time systems, how will you use that? What will be the best design pattern you will be using that? So these are coming actually under object-oriented programming or maybe the programming questions. But SDET 1 level, you can prepare according, like prime number, Armstrong number, odd number, even numbers, such basic things, the typical examples that we have in Java. We can prepare that. So these two things, okay, data structure algorithms are maybe they are taking 45 minutes of round or 1 hour. They might give you one problem on this and a couple of questions they might ask you, like string based questions, array based questions, and typical object oriented programming in Java, C#, or if you're going with the concept with the Python also, people might ask you all these things with different level. Then Selenium is a compulsory thing. Selenium plus automation and mobile automation and the rest API automation. This section is for the automation. If you're going with the SDET 1, basic level of Selenium core features, what you mean by put, call, postmol, and how to use postman, at least some basic stuff you should know. People won't expect much from you guys that, okay, you should know how to design a framework from the scratch. It's good to have, but if you are, let's say, only 1 year experience guy or 2 year experience guy, they won't expect a lot in that term, but yes, you should know about different types of automation. Like we have UI automation, API automation, mobile automation, how to write a simple basic script over there and all those things. But when you cross, let's say you reach up over here in SDET 2 level, 3 to 7 years, then more and more architect level people, incline towards that. And what are different use cases you will perform, how to write some basic generic function, utilities, basic things, how will you prepare that. And when you cross like SDET 3 and staff level, more complex test cases, people might ask you that different use cases, different complex application, they will give you how will you handle Ajax component, complex web tables and everything. And then how will you write a generic function, generic libraries. When you reach at the staff level, right, best approaches, best design patterns in automation, what kind of coding structure you will follow, and all those things people will expect from you. And then when you reach at the architect level generally, these people, they don't write the test cases, they give you the library, they will give you the design, they will give you the tools, they will contribute in terms of design discussions, they will do the brainstorming with you guys, and then SDET 1 or SDET 2 or maybe SDET 3, they will start writing the test cases. They will participate more on the designing of the core automation framework across the organization, like that. So this is more about the architect level, where they are designing some really good libraries, some really good tools they are developing, some complete infrastructure they are going to set for the performance testing or something like this. Maybe SDET or staff level, principal level, these people, they can definitely do that. You can definitely discuss all these things with your automation architects over there. Then the framework part. So framework part means like how will you design your test cases within the framework. Sometime existing framework is there. So for SDET 1, if you're going, definitely you have to contribute, you have to design more test cases, add more test cases over there. Let's see, one page object model is written already, and then some test cases are written already in TestNG, and some new features are there. So you should be able to debug the basic code, and then you should be able to add some more test cases over there, like that. This is the expectation from the SDET 1. And these kind of questions people will ask you at the time of interview also, that, and they will check your knowledge on automation, that this person is actually suitable for this particular profile or not, because we have existing framework. So can you work on the existing framework or not, or can you develop some basic new test cases, once again for the new feature or not, like that. So that's why for SDET 2 level also I say that work on existing framework, fixing the problem, execution, and then let's see, 20 test cases are not running fine, and then you have to fix the problem, you have to check it over there once again, you have to debug it and check that what exactly the problem, and fix it and run it again and publish the report again and again, like that. But when you reach at the SDET 3 level, then again you have to develop more features. You have to make it stable first of all, that, and then more generic functions you have to write. Let's see, for different utilities I want to write, different assertion libraries I want to write, and I really want some different page libraries also I want to write, for that particular application. So in that case you can do this. Then the staff level, like more advanced things, they will generally don't write the test cases, they will deliver the test cases to these SDET 1 and SDET 2, but they will more contribution towards the fixing the problem, and how can we stable our test cases, how can we set up the infrastructure in terms of let's see, cloud and everything. So that's why if you see this for the principal engineer, I have written like infrastructure setup, core automation libraries for different types of applications that you have. You have mobile application, you have browser-based application, cross-browser testing, how will you perform, and all those things. And new trends are available in the market. They will keep doing the research over there, and then contribute towards the framework and putting the things over there, like that. So the next point is DevOps, cloud technologies, and all those things, guys. You have to do that. For SDET 1, it's not compulsory. That's why I've written not compulsory, but you should have the basic idea about it. That whatever the basic thing that if I said hey, can you please execute this particular test or job from the Jenkins, you should be able to do that. If you don't know, that's also okay, but the basic idea is enough. So yeah, but when you reach at the SDET 2 level, like Jenkins, Git repositories, basic of cloud, if I say that please go to the AWS console and then run this particular job, you should be able to do that. You should be able to contribute in that particular area, because your experience is high and you are now SDET 2 level. So you have to learn these things with respect to infrastructure and the cloud. Okay, let's talk about the SDET 3. This is again like something, obviously you should know all these things, no doubt about it. But yeah, more and more about Jenkins, pipelines, Git repositories, cloud setup, AWS basic knowledge, AWS, Azure, whatever the cloud that you're using it. For example, I've written AWS. It's not about only AWS you have to do that. Maybe you can talk about Google Cloud Platform or whatever the cloud platform your company is using it. You should be able to handle those infrastructure and those cloud technology stack over there. And then again, the staff level that they will set up the complete pipeline, they will integrate the CI/CD pipeline, and they will execute the test cases, and they will talk to the developers. And then whenever there is a new build is coming, they will participate towards the build and deployment CI/CD pipeline. They will try to introduce your test cases like sanity or regression test cases in the main pipeline. And then they will start the complete PR process, Git repository, Docker, Kubernetes, all such infrastructure. They will do that over there. This is what I was doing in my previous company, like that. So, and in fact, I have seen the market also. Most of the staff engineers, they are contributing towards this with respect to DevOps, along with other automation things. Now, the staff engineer, principal engineer, they plays very important role. They do mainly the R&D part, the research part. Let's see, how can we improve our, the cloud setup? Do we have any other specialized grid is available in the market? Let's see, for example, Selenium. We have Selenoid is available. We have Selenium is available. Can we create our own cloud over there? Can we create our own Docker containers, or can we customize, Selenium grid accordingly? So such things, because they are expert now, such things can be done by these people. They will take a decision making over here. They will talk to the business. They will procure the devices and everything. They will set up your mobile devices and other cloud devices. Let's say you want to use device form. So what exactly the price contribution and price will be there, and all such things. These people, they will be discussing about with the management and the engineering manager, and then accordingly we will procure those things. Let's say I want 5 Apple devices to perform the testing. So the planning, execution, estimation, everything, these people, they will contribute a lot over there. So this is the main for R&D part and cloud setup part and customization of the cloud, containers, Kubernetes, and Ansible, such things. They will be people using the infrastructure for you and set up the infrastructure for you, like that. And the last point is that I'm talking about what are the tools and different tech stack that, at least the basic stuff, what exactly the things are required at a different level. So let's see, for SDET 1, you should know Selenium, guys. Without Selenium is like your interviewer won't be satisfied. If you don't write Selenium in your resume, that will be a problem. So please at least try to learn Selenium basic stuff. I'm not saying, you should know each and everything about Selenium, but whatever you are talking about with respect to Selenium, you should be good enough. You should be satisfying enough that, yes, this is what expecting, and then this is what we have to work with respect to Selenium. Same thing for APM. Have some basic knowledge. It's not compulsory basic knowledge about SNG, JUnit. Otherwise, how will you write the test cases? And then you should know that how to work with Eclipse, IntelliJ, Java. At least one programming language you should be aware of. Like, let's see, for Java, I would prefer that. And then if you really want to learn Python or C# also, that also you can do that. And try to learn some basics of SQL, guys, because when you join as a fresher or really 1 or 2 years experience guy, and then you are using any SQL or let's say NoSQL databases over there, and you have to validate the data, you have to do some kind of testing over there and integration with the automation, you should know the basic of SQL over there as well. Then slightly higher profile over here for SDET 2 people, Selenium APM is compulsory. Like, now you should know about all the core features of Selenium. What is drag drop, what is actions class, how to select a drop down, typical use cases, typical core features of Selenium, how exactly Selenium works, each and everything you should know about it, because they might ask anything about Selenium, right? What do you mean by session ID? What do you mean by quit, close? How will you handle different pop-ups? And all those things, what are the core features of Selenium APM? And people will expect. Rest assured also for backend testing, some unit testing framework. For example, I have written JUnit or TestNG, but if you're working with Python, you should know about PyTest. If you're working with C#, Mocha, Grunt, Jasmine APIs, along with SQL queries, you should be aware of that. Okay. Then for SDET 3, when you reached at 7 years experience, up to 10 years or 11 years, guys, Selenium end-to-end feature, there is no compromise. I mean, you should be able to handle all the questions in Selenium. So please prepare, because you see your experience level, 7 to 10 years, people will expect a lot over here with respect to core features of Selenium APM. What are the different new things are available? Let's see, for Selenium 4, what are different things available in APM latest version? Rest assured, what are the different other clients are available. It's not about only rest assured. I can say, okay, yeah, fine, I can use Postman also, HTTP client also. Postman, in fact, you can use it over here as well. Then include somewhere some concept with respect to JMeter and SQL, such things at least. So this is my performance, this is my backend testing, and this is my mobile testing, and this is for web automation. So at least you have to cover all these areas, you have to touch all these areas. When we talk about the staff level, so guys, no doubt about it that all these things you should be there. Entire tech stack should be there. That's why you can see this particular arrow I have written. So all these things, whatever coming from SDET 1, 2, 3, it should be there. Along with that, other automation tools which are famous in the market in different tools and technologies. It's not about only Selenium you are learning. Let's see WebDriver IO. Let's see Cypress. Let's see C-Test. Let's see some APM build automation tool like Maven and Gradle. Some performance testing tools like Gatling also you can work with Scala. So you can do some research over there, and that's a good impression. Let's see some company, actually that's my personal experience. 3 years back I went over there, and that time I was not that good in Gatling with the Scala. I was good in JMeter, but they were looking for Gatling. So, and that was such a nice company that and I got rejection over there just because of I was not aware of the Gatling too much. But that I regretted. Okay, yeah, it's such a nice tool, such a simple tool. But yeah, anyway, that's a different story. But guys, please, I do try to add these things in your bucket, and then backend testing, performance testing, and all those things. You have to be a little advanced than your SDET 3 over here. That is the expectation from the staff SDET after 10 years or up to 13 years, you can do that. Then all those things will be there for the principal engineer. No doubt about it, like expectations are very high over here. And still, let's see, you are showing only 2 years experience in Selenium and you have 14 or 15 years. That won't help you guys. Expectation is very high. And if you are going only with the basic stuff, only TestNG JUnit, that will be difficult. But yeah, you have to start from somewhere, but you have to, it's a long journey. You can see the journey from here to here like that. So you have to prepare accordingly to reach at this level, to reach at the staff level and the principal SDET level, guys. A lot of things you have to add. Like I know Cypress, I know WebDriver IO, APM, build automation tools and everything. And then for principal, again, all these things you should have it. Along with that, different programming languages. Let's see, tomorrow you have to set up some Python framework or Java framework, or maybe C# or maybe some other programming languages, shell scripting, SQL end-to-end, you should know about it, right? And then different infrastructure setup for a complete end-to-end automation framework, let's see. And then core automation framework, across the organization, different projects over there. And then different open source contribution over there. Like you are a staff engineer, you have already spent 15 years in the industry. So it's all about give and take. You have already taken so many things from the community. Now it's time to give something over there, right? So it's all about give and take over there like that. So in that case, open source contribution projects, different lab setup over there, some development tools and technologies also you should know, like Spring Boot and Spring Framework you can learn, so that you can understand the microservices architecture. You can understand that the backend process completely, so that you can write more and more good automation test cases over there and contribute towards automation. Something like React and Angular JS also you can learn. So this is point, I hope you can see that over here. Okay, these are the point, guys, you should know about it. So this is the overall summary. Still we can add some more things, but this is what people are expecting. You can take a screenshot now, and then generally I categorize SDET 1, 2, 3, and then after principal engineer, that is again the different story, that you have to become maybe engineering manager or maybe a senior architect, and the expectation will be more high and high like that. You have to do a lot of research, a lot of knowledge on automation like that. But if you are in this particular category, SDET 1, 2, and 3, up to 10 years, it's fine. You can see the tools and technology stack over there. Along with, I'm not saying, okay, I've written everything over there, but this is the expectation, guys. People might expect you at the time of interview, because these days the standards are very high. Everybody knows about automation, and you have to be different from others. Then only it will help you. Then only you can crack really good companies. And the package wise, I'm telling you guys that I'm not giving you any range, but in Bangalore or maybe in really good cities or maybe in US, these people are making really good money, really good compensation, really good companies, they are cracking it. Still, I'll tell you some simple example. if you are at this level, let's see, and let's see one staff engineer who's having the knowledge about all these things. Let's see, this guy is making 30 lakhs per annum. Assume that. Same experience, staff SDET, let's see 10 to 30. Same experience, 10 to 13 years of experience guy, let's say I'm writing over here. A normal QA guy can make only 15 lakhs. Now you can see the double difference over there. Okay, I'm not saying manual testing is boring or manual testing they don't have any career, but a skill set is also very important in the current market. And then when you reach over here, in fact, principal SDET architect level, people might cross 40-50 lakhs also, which is somewhere better than a development profile and development packages also. I'm just giving you some rough number over there. That is a standard in market. Okay, I have seen in Bangalore also, I've seen in US, I've seen in European countries also. This is what people are getting it. So please choose your career path accordingly, learn, and then go for the interviews with a positive mind, and then prepare yourself accordingly. Okay, so that's all for today, guys. Thank you so much. I hope you really like this particular video. It's a quick overview for the different profiles, for the different, on the basis of different, a number of years of experiences over there. And thank you so much. Please subscribe to the channel if you're liking such kind of videos, and let me know if you have more interesting topic which can be covered on the whiteboard. And till then, take care, bye bye, and thank you so much, guys.